Kada sin kudrani Vatabas for beauties
I have been so excited for Guts versus Dimitri, you have no idea. I have my Switch on YouTube, and I'm sitting here waiting for the premiere to start, and I'm just staring at this awesome thumbnail, dude. I'm so hyped for this matchup. Please, Dimitri, bring home the win. I guess wait, never mind, it's starting. Finally, oh wait, it's an ad.
Guts, the brutal black swordsman of Berserk.
And Dimitri, the savage savior king from Fire Emblem. Vengeance is an ever-malicious force that can turn anyone into a broken, traumatized...
unstoppable one-man army! He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Well, we're about to get into some really dork shit, fair warning.
Born from his mother's recently hanged corpse, Guts was taken in by a mercenary band led by Gambino.
Who definitely isn't winning Father of the Year. Gambino put Guts
Okay, I
in the
remember
ringer,
the
training
first
him with
time
swords
I
way
listened to
too
Guts
big for him
analysis
before
in
putting
Guts
him into
vs.
live
Nightmare,
combat at only 9 years
and
old.
Training with such large
it
swords
totally
made Guts
caught me off
inhumanly
guard
strong,
how
but
dark
he
Berserk
needed a
is.
different kind of strength to endure the horrendous
But
abuse
it's been
he suffered
years
from
since
Gambino.
that
So he
episode.
murdered the bastard in self-defense. He
I remember
deserved it, trust
this.
me. With no home or family to speak of, Guts
But I
aimlessly
forgot
wandered for
that he
years
was
as a lone
born
mercenary.
from a hung
Until he
corpse.
caught the eye of the ambitious Griffith. For the first time, Guts found true friends and comrades to rely on.
But
And the
when
eclipse
Griffith
happened.
realized he couldn't keep Guts at his side. Really bad things happened.
Upon the eclipse, Griffith summoned a bunch of demons, became a super demon himself, and sacrificed Guts' new friends to the abyss. If that wasn't bad enough, he marked Guts with a demonic brand, then raped his girlfriend Casca, forcing Guts to watch as his eye was split open and he was forced to tear off his own arm.
Yeah,
I remember this.
really bad
It's
things.
Guts
really
barely escaped with his
unfortunate.
life. He vowed to brutally murder
Okay, I don't know why I'm
Griffith
laughing.
and every demon, down to the last one.
Guts' bread and butter is the enormous Dragon Slayer.
6.5 feet long and weighing over 300 pounds, Dragon Slayer is absurd. In Guts' hands, it can cleave through plated armor and even demons with skin of corundum.
It's the Armor
Feel
Slayer
like metal
sword
that
from
is
Three
harder
Houses.
than steel.
And
So
since
heavy
Guts
that you
is
get
made
doubled
killing
every time you
demons
try to
his
use
favorite
it.
pastime, Dragon Slayer was exposed to so much demonic blood. Okay, the repeater crossbow is pretty cool. It can fire a volley of 4 to 5 bolts per second, making it the go-to option for mowing down groups of bad guys. And hey, if you gotta lose your hand, replacing it with a goddamn super gun is the way to go. Even demons are afraid of this thing. See ya, Snakeface!
With his collection of weapons and indomitable will,
Yeah,
Guts
these are kinda
slaughtered
useless
everyone
against
and
Dimitri.
everything in his way.
Including pretty boy Serpico. He doesn't look like much, but the guy is fast enough to dodge lightning at speeds over 100 times faster than sound. And Guts has kept up with him more than once.
And thanks to the witch Flora, Guts got his deadliest and riskiest as
Okay.
the Berserker.
I remember
Oh, boy. They shut
Guts
down
had a
all
feat
mental
of like
limitations. This
blocking
one
light,
gives
like
Guts a
this
cute
dude named
strength.
Gashinka
He
or
means
something.
nothing to him now.
So I
He
already
can heal
expected
injuries
Guts
off
to
a
get
blow.
lightning
Wait,
speed,
did
but
I
I
say
expected
heal?
it to be
What I
through his
meant was it
own
pierces his torn flesh
feats
and broken bones together so he
and
can fight
not
until
through
the actual
scaling.
last drop of blood has left his
I
body.
guess they
Man,
thought
that's
the
hardcore.
Guts' own
And
feat was like aim
extremely
dodging or
risky.
something, or
Donning the
aim
armor has been
blocking.
nearly disastrous for him more than
Yeah, either
once.
way, he
Yeah,
gets
when
lightning
he's in a
speed as I
stitched-up
expected,
rage,
and
the
I've been
beast of
talking over the
darkness is
Berserk armor.
gnawing
The
on his
Berserk
mind,
armor is
tempting him
scary.
to go berserk. Bam! Title drop.
Guts' tenacity is a sight to behold. He's held back a demonic dragon, withstood being impaled.
I feel like
and
if
even
they
teamed up with a
really
fabled demon swordsman to
lowball,
take
like,
down an
okay, hold on.
apostle
I
of
say
enchanted
lowball,
lightning.
but hold
And
on.
sliced
This
up
is
a cloud king in
Kashinka,
the
dude.
rawest manga panel ever. Just look at it. If that's not badass enough for you, he once killed a giant sea god from the inside.
With its whale, this behemoth created a storm that covered an entire island. The kinetic
Ooh,
energy of such
whoa,
a
are they
storm is
scaling him to
immense. Gauging the size of the
island
the
level?
energy required to induce such a storm would need to exceed 600 kilotons of TNT.
Okay, but I was gonna say if they used like really, I don't want to say timid. If they used meek stats, humble stats for Guts and Dimitri, then Dimitri would have a hard time dealing with the Berserker armor. But if they're scaling Guts to island level, they are not going with meek stats. They're probably about to scale not Guts. They're probably about to scale Dimitri to the Javelins of Light in Three Houses. It is very fitting to put a therapy ad in this episode because Guts and Dimitri definitely needed therapy.
On the continent
All
of
right,
Fodor
Three
lies the
Houses,
holy
man.
kingdom of Fargus, a knightly nation where the youth learn to swing a sword before they can write their own name. Prince Dimitri Alexandra
Okay, it
Blake
is-
was no exception.
The kid was a prodigy.
It's been
He
so
was
long
smart
since
with
Death
far more
Battle's
experienced
used a character
warriors,
that
in
I'm
part
like
because he was a
extremely
crest bearer.
invested
Or
in.
someone gifted mystical power through the blood of the
Like,
goddess Sothis.
Everything they talk
Crest
about
came
is
anything
something
from
I
enhanced
already
magic to
know.
superhuman
And that's just
strength.
crazy. I'm
9
not
years
watching
old,
this to
Dimitri
learn
could
about a
lift giant
character.
boulders, run across
I'm
mountains
watching
for
this
hours, and
to know
constantly
what
broke
they're
swords
gonna
by
say about the
accident.
character.
Most
It's
elites
just
who
such
met
a
Crest
different
also had a
experience.
massive
Like,
ego.
just from the very first
Right,
line,
Dimitri was strong,
when they
generally
said that
kind,
people
like
in
when he gave his
Fargus,
childhood friend Edelgard a dagger, an earnest if odd gift.
I got shotgun shells for my first crush.
crap, can I
but
pause?
life
I'm
took a
gonna
turn for
pause the
Dimitri when a
premiere just so I can get my
mysterious
thoughts
brute murdered
off.
his dad.
Okay. That first line about how people in Fargus learn to swing a sword before they can write their name, that's not in like actual lore about Fargus. Like there's books in Three Houses in the library that can give you lore about Fodlin. And that's not about you don't find that information when researching Fargus. It's in Felix's support conversation with Byleth. And I just think that's so neat. That I know where that came. That I know exactly where that line came from. And I didn't like that line there. That was kind of weird. They said that Dimitri was kind, so he gave his friend a dagger. That's kind of a weird way to display kindness, I think. Okay, so my prediction is that they're gonna bring this dagger up later, probably when Edelgard in that Azure Moon route when Edelgard tries to, well, some people think she was making a desperate attempt to kill Dimitri with the dagger, and some people say that she was trying to force Dimitri to finish her off, otherwise the war would never end. But basically, she throws the dagger at him while he's offering her mercy, and he has to kill her for it. And I'm guessing that's why they brought up the dagger, so that they can tie it into the ending. But I think if they were going to do that, they should have brought up another example of Dimitri's kindness, because giving Edelgard a dagger is kind of a weird example of that.
And a bunch of knights, burning them all in front of him, and leaving the
Yes,
poor kid
the
with some
tragedy
serious
of
survivor's guilt.
Dusker.
Guilt that only worsened when the country of Dusker was unjustly blamed for the tragedy. Dimitri lamented that he could not stop Fargus's corrupt nobles.
Cornelia
Don't
kind
worry
of
though,
bad.
when those same nobles rebelled a couple years later, he fought them like a beast, slaying them all with sadistic glee.
This savage side would emerge when Dimitri was reminded of the tragedy he witnessed. Otherwise, his chivalrous charm remained forefront.
With guidance
He's
from
really
his
out here
dead
dancing with
buddy Rodri,
randoms.
Dimitri
I know
got
what that's
into
from
Garrett
too. That's from the
Officers
ball.
Academy, where
Towards
he
the
led
end
Blue
of the
Lions
semester.
House and learned the mystic arts.
Well, he's not the most proficient in it, but Dimitri did learn healing and elemental magics, able to call down lightning or even channel it through his weapons.
Letting him electrocute tons of enemies at once.
Okay,
He learned this
so
and
speaking
more
of light,
from
hold on, they're
everyone's
probably gonna
favorite
bring this
Smash
up later.
Bros.
No, you know what, I'm gonna say this is a
Professor
hard
Violet.
read actually, instead of waiting for them to say it. So they scale guts to lightning dodging. Dimitri also has lightning dodging, but because of the way Three Houses animations work, it shows the attack animation, then the character's dodge animation, instead of the character dodging the attack. So if this is a lightning, it'll do this, and the character will then dodge. So it's really difficult to calculate solely based on what's shown. I think that you could use some other lightning dodging feats and compare it, like other lightning dodging feats within Fire Emblem that have better animations. But if they don't use Dimitri's lightning dodging, it'll probably be because of that. In the waiting period, some people were saying that the lightning dodging shouldn't count because it's magic, but Death Battle has a trend of saying any electric projectile counts as lightning speed. They did that in Iron Poe versus not Iron Guts. No, Poe versus Iron Fist. What am I saying? There were some electric projectiles sliding across the floor, and Poe dodged them, and they said that was lightning speed. And they did the same thing in Todoroki versus Zuko. There was the kid who zaps people, and they said that gave Todoroki lightning speed. So by Death Battle's own standards, Dimitri should have lightning speed. And they do the same thing with light too. Their laser criteria is also extremely lenient. They gave Danny Phantom and Jake Long American Dragon laser dodging speed. So Dimitri was dodging the Hoarfrost, which is a sunlight attack, and stuff like Abraxas, which is like a giant pillar of light. He could get light dodging speed from that with Death Battle's own criteria. However, if they scale Guts to island level, they're probably going to scale Dimitri to higher than that. And to make the fight seem fair, they'll give Guts the speed advantage. They'll give Guts his this is my prediction. They'll give Guts his lightning dodging. And they'll probably just use Dimitri dodging meteor or arrows. Or they make Dimitri kind of weak, and they do give him this like faster than light speed. They just say he blitzes, but they won't give him both advantages.
Assuming you picked Dimitri's Blue Lions when you played
Blue
Fire Emblem
Lions.
Houses. We're getting a little meta.
Blue Lions
His
gang.
story turns out very differently depending on the path chosen. Aside from the Blue Lions, there's Edelgard's Black Eagles.
Hate
And
them.
the Golden Deer, led by the crafty Claude.
Okay, just going off their personalities, Boomstick is definitely a Golden Deer guy, and Wiz is Black Eagles.
Are a far more cohesive
Yeah, that was so
Fear
obvious.
the deer, Wiz.
You have no idea what you're talking about.
Ashen Wolves for life, losers!
Of course.
Oh, it's the DLC group.
Anyway, in Dimitri's route, he mastered.
Okay, hold on. Is there no one there to be on Blue Lions? Like, what about the DBX guy? Can they get him to be Team Blue Lions?
Are used to slay giant monsters, but
Swordbreaker boosts evasion against blade users. To top it
Ooh,
off,
Guts
Dimitri
gonna have a
can
hard
enter
time
an
against
awakened
that.
state for even more power.
Dimitri could be cruel before, but after this betrayal, he snapped, vowing to kill every last one of them.
Yeah, they said the
For 5
line.
years, he slaughtered the enemy, all to appease the voices that called for Edelgard's head.
Terrified of yet another voice haunting him.
Except this time, he had his professor to help him out. We've really gotta pay teachers more, y'all.
Dimitri
true.
still felt hatred for Edelgard, but looked past
Man,
it to the friends.
Blue
and
Lions is
heroes
such a
who
great
collectively
route.
made
Out of all the
choice.
houses, I mean, out of all the routes in
Killing
Three
every last
Houses,
one of them, he will
I feel like
save
Blue
every last
Lions
one
is
by
the best from a
retaking Vargas's
storytelling
capital.
standpoint.
This wretched
It's very
Savior
character driven.
King had the strength
Very
to
plot
do.
driven.
Dimitri has dodged meteors going Mach 60, decimated
Called
a squad
it.
of soldiers with one spear throw, and defeated a wizard from the magic Illuminati.
This is Talus, whose power shook a futuristic underground city.
And Dimitri just walked through his magic like it was nothing.
Dimitri's also more than a match for Edelgard, who, in her rune, bested the Archbishop of the Church of Saros, Rhea.
This is important.
Hold on,
because
are they doing the
after
javelin
Rhea
light scaling?
survived 2 exploding javelins of light.
Man, I'm just so
aka
good at
magic
reading
nukes.
Death Battle and the stats they're gonna give. I'm just so good at this.
Indeed. But in the end, despite half a decade of slaughter, Dimitri was hesitant to kill Edelgard, in part from learning she wasn't responsible for the tragedy. Still, both monarchs had ideas for Fodlan that were simply incompatible.
And then Edelgard pulled a fast one with that old dagger.
Called
weapon.
it.
Dimitri definitely felt that irony.
The war was over, and with his allies at his side, Dimitri claimed his place as a just king.
Unless, you know, you picked a different house.
Yeah.
His story doesn't end very happy.
Yeah. 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 Hold on. I gotta talk about these other routes, because oh my goodness. Dimitri deserves so much better than what happens in the other routes. Like, he just gets owned so hard. He needs Byleth to keep his mental stability. It's just so sad otherwise. Like, oh, when Dimitri's cornered Edelgard, he's offering her mercy. Edelgard corners Dimitri, and she's like, any last words before I cut your head off with this axe of bones? Like, bro, she's so evil. And then the Verdant Wind route, he's so obsessed with revenge that he passes out from exhaustion, and some random NPCs swarm him, and they just poke him to death with their spears. It's so sad. But at least it's off screen. I just can't. I can't bear to watch Dimitri die. It's tragic. He's such a cool character, and I need him to win this. Bro, Fire Emblem's sweet, bro. I need you to play like it's Game 10 of True Finals. You know what? Game 15 of True Finals. You did Game 5 in Winners, Game 5 in Grands, and Game 5 True Finals. I need you to bring home the gold, dude.
100 men strong. What drives your slaughter? Save the high and mighty crap till you're dead.
I already have something to say. I kind of wish this fight had more of a setup than they were just already fighting. I mean, I'm sure the fight will be peak anyway. It's been like, what, like 3 seconds? It's just like a small nitpick. I was kind of hoping there'd be some kind of setup. Like, even something as simple as Dimitri sitting under a tree and he's in Guts' way, and Guts is like, move out of my way. Dimitri's like, oh, I gotta kill every last one of them. And they start fighting over that. I think even that would be more fitting than they're just already fighting. And that 100-man strong line, after like, what, 2 clashes? I like that they referenced the 100-man strong line, but I don't think it fit there. Like, they clashed the blades like twice before Dimitri started talking. It felt like they were just trying to get him to say the line just to say the line rather than having it make sense. They also paused, and I know I don't need the fight to stay. I just think it's really ironic that in that pause, when they were referencing the manga panel when Guts was fighting Griffith, I'll put that up there. Or I don't know why. I'll put it somewhere on my screen. I don't exactly know where I'm going to edit the video and all the stuff I'm about. Whatever. It's just really ironic that if they could have very easily fit the fight in that scene right there. All right. Continue. Okay. Yeah, you can dodge arrows. You're good. Alright, it's also kind of weird seeing his hair not waving, but that'd be really awful to animate. Not awful. That seems really difficult to animate. So I understand him not animating his hair waving. Oh crap, dude. Okay, yeah, that's something else I wanted to mention. Okay, so I like that they have the snow environment because any blood splattered is going to be extremely visible. When they did John Talbane versus Saberwolf and tried to make that a bloody fight, it was at night and they were in this dark cemetery, so the blood was barely visible. That is not what's going on here.
I will tear your head from your shoulders. The dead must have their revenge.
Oh, that's what he said to Edelgard. He said the line. Oh man, he bolted in. Oh yeah, Frozen Lance. He learned it from Marianne. Let's go.
Go to hell.
Holy crap.
Bastard.
Oh, it's triggering him. He's about to go berserk.
Promise, I'll kill them. All of them. Down to the last one.
They said the line. Okay, it's kind of weird seeing Dimitri without his coat, but I get it. Holy crap! Holy crap! Oh, he's getting a critical hit! Is he good? Oh crap! He broke Eridbar! Oh.
Still standing.
He's out of blood.
So we're both shackled to the dead. You foul beasts will not have his soul!
Okay, that was hype. I'm glad Dimitri won.
I don't know what's scary.
But, okay, let me just try to guess what I think happened there. The Berserker armor keeps Guts fighting until all of his blood is spilled or all of his bones are broken. And I'm guessing he just ran out of blood right before the killing blow. And it was like a Record of Ragnarok reference where he just died standing up. Guts is branded so that whenever he dies, monsters will come to take his soul, and Dimitri respects Guts, so he's gonna fight them off. Man, Fire Emblem sweet though.
Standing there, he was a badass till the end.
Being fast enough to dodge lightning, Guts actually had a slight speed advantage over Dimitri, though skills like seal movement and sword breaker.
Yeah, that would have been overkill.
And while Dimitri had some minor healing magic to fall back on, it wasn't gonna compete with the raw endurance from the Berserker armor.
Okay, hold on. No. They did not just say that the Berserker armor is better endurance than healing magic. I mean, sure, the Berserker armor keeps Guts together, but it's not gonna restore him to full HP like a Dairon would. I don't know, that's a Persona spell, but you get what I'm saying. If Guts is like bones broken, bleeding, and the Berserker armor, he just keeps fighting regardless of that. If Dimitri is bones broken, bleeding, he can just use magic, and now he's no longer in pain at all. Not just in pain, he no longer has wounds at all. So I actually think healing magic is better in that regard.
Guts could power through some of Eredfar's damage, but he wasn't invincible and could not heal from fatal wounds.
Yeah, exactly.
Fighter's raw power. Slaying demons is really impressive, obviously, but not always on par with magic nukes.
Remember, in Edelgard's route, she defeated Rhea, who survived 2 Javelins of Light. In Dimitri's route, he defeated Edelgard while she was a powered-up crest monster. That happened.
So, if Rhea could take on the Javelins of Light, Dimitri should be at a similar level. So, let's find out how strong a javelin is.
Yep, I'm they're doing the Javelins of Light scaling. Let's go.
Forest, forming the Valley of Torment. However, the exact number of javelins used to create the valley was never given, making the power of an individual javelin unclear.
But we do know the javelins in this attack were supposed to hit the Garrigmach Monastery, until the goddess Sothis noped them away and they hit the forest instead.
We also know that the Javelins of Light are not limitless, with typically no more than 6 being used at once, even against structures similar in size to Garrigmach.
Whoa, holy crap. Wait. So,
each javelin would pack a payload that's over 3 gigatons of TNT.
versus Wiki, because the number of javelins used is unknown, they scaled him. They just said that it took no more than 100 to create the Valley of Torment. They're saying it took no more than 6. That is crazy.
Even if we severely lowballed this and said the destruction was divided between 10, 50, or even 100 different Javelins of Light, surviving
Here they
2
are with the
javelins
100
would
number.
still be greater than the best of Guts' feats, even scaled to the Sea God. Guts' persistence meant he wouldn't go down easy, but against Dimitri's inhuman strength, devastating abilities, and fervent willpower, it was just a matter of time before the vengeful king wore through him.
Saying it makes me berserk, but Guts could only go so fargus.
The winner is Dimitri Alexandra Blathid.
Let's go. Are they for real? Are they for real? Another Marvel in DC? Are they out of their minds? I think even Martian Manhunter versus Piccolo would have been a better matchup than against Silver Surfer. Did they use a random generator? This kind of feels like a mismatch. Or that they're trying to give Marvel a win because they felt bad for having, like, I don't think this literally, but I just think it's like funny to think about as a hypothetical. Like, what if they're just trying to give Marvel a win because they feel bad that Phoenix, one of Marvel's strongest characters, lost her death battle, and like, dang, we gotta throw Marvel fans a bone. We just killed their Phoenix, and that was supposed to be one of their sure wins. Anyway, that matchup was lame, but Dimitri beat Guts. Fire Emblem sweep. While I'm here, I guess I could talk about the God's Hand artwork that I'm going to put wherever I put all the other imagery. I get what it's referencing. That's the Vortex of Souls, and there's like Dragon Slayer, the Blue Lions flag, and Erebor. But unfortunately, I think that art is messy and ugly. That dark spot is not doing it any favors. I think maybe it would have looked better if the Vortex of Souls was the background and all the like reference items were in front of it. I don't know, I'm not an artist, but I think that art is kind of ugly. But the music itself is amazing. And I'm definitely going to be listening to it thousands of times. Fire Emblem Sweep.